to the Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
The Warriors are about to make another roster move, and the question remains, can Kevin Knox be the missing piece, or will he just be another temporary name on the list of short-term contracts? Let's analyze this decision and what it means for the team's future. The Golden State Warriors have 3 open roster spots and need to fill them. With Quinton Post's contract converted to a full-time deal and Jackson Rowe and Pat Spencer remaining on 2-way contracts, the team must decide who will strengthen the rotation. But which path should they take? 10-day contracts? The buyout market? Let's explore the options. Recently, Kevin Knox, a former 9th overall pick, has been standing out in the G League, playing for the Santa Cruz Warriors. His numbers are impressive: 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists per game, with an outstanding efficiency of 52.7% shooting and 44.4% from 3. Sounds amazing, right? But there's a crucial detail. The G League is not the NBA. The level of competition is different, and his performance against less experienced opponents raises questions about his real impact on the main team. Knox had a promising start in the NBA, but his career has been marked by inconsistency and frequent trades. His career shooting percentages, 40% FG and 34% 3-points, have never been enough to secure a stable spot in any rotation. Additionally, his assist-to-turnover ratio and losing record are concerning. Still, he is looking to rebuild his career, and the Warriors have decided to give him a chance with a 10-day contract. But where does he fit into the team? With Jonathan Kuminga returning after the All-Star weekend and Gary Payton II still dealing with limited minutes, Knox will likely serve as a rotational piece on the perimeter, competing for time with Moses Moody and Brandon Podziemski. He isn't expected to play significant minutes, but his presence could be useful in certain game situations. The question is, does this move make sense for the Warriors? On one hand, it encourages G League players to fight for a spot on the main roster. On the other hand, it signals that the team has limited options for strengthening the squad as the season heads into its final stretch. Now, we want to hear from you, Warriors fans. Is this a good gamble, or just a move with no real impact? Share your opinion in the comments. And of course, if you want to stay up to date with everything about the Warriors, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Update and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Now, let's take a broader look at what this signing could mean for the team's future. Kevin Knox is no stranger to the NBA. Since entering the league, his career has been filled with ups and downs, playing for teams like the New York Knicks, Detroit Pistons, and Portland Trail Blazers without ever securing a permanent role. However, his recent performance in the G League suggests he still has something to offer. The key question here is, are the Warriors betting on an underrated talent, or are they just filling a roster spot without much impact? We know the franchise has a history of reviving players' careers and giving opportunities to forgotten names in the league. Sean Livingston and JaVale McGee are great examples of this in the past. The question is whether Knox can follow that path, or if his stint will be as brief as his initial contract. Impact on the rotation. Looking at his fit within the team, the rotation already has solid perimeter pieces. Jonathan Kuminga, who has been one of the team's standout players, is expected to regain his starting role right after the All-Star break. Gary Payton II, despite his recent physical limitations, still plays a crucial defensive role. Moses Moody has been improving and earning valuable minutes. Brandon Podziemski is another young player who has shown consistency. So, where does Kevin Knox fit into this equation? His main advantage is his size and ability to play as a wing, potentially serving as a stretch 4 in smaller lineups or helping defend bigger perimeter players. However, his lack of impact on previous teams raises doubts. Can he be a difference maker, or will he just be another body on the bench? What to expect from the Warriors in the market? Looking ahead, the Warriors needs go beyond Kevin Knox. The team still has room for more moves and could look for options in the buyout market. Experienced players who have recently been waived might be a more reliable solution to strengthen the rotation. Additionally, there's always the possibility of another 10-day contract for someone else impressing in the G League or available in the market. The franchise has little time to make decisions, and every move could impact the final stretch of the season. If Kevin Knox can prove his value in the limited minutes he gets, he might earn a real chance to stay with the team. But if his performance remains inconsistent, the Warriors won't hesitate to look for another option quickly. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Kevin Knox can make a real impact, Or is this just a temporary signing with little significance? Share your thoughts in the comments. As a Warriors fan, I have mixed feelings about this move. On one hand, I like the idea of giving a chance to a player fighting to return to the NBA. Kevin Knox has shown strong numbers in the G League, and his size and ability to stretch the floor could be useful for a team that needs depth. But realistically, this signing does not solve the Warriors' main issues. The team still needs more defensive consistency, a reliable backup for the front court, and players who can contribute at a high level immediately. Knox has talent, but so far his NBA career has been defined by a lack of impact. He has never established himself as an efficient player, whether as a scorer, defender, or rotation piece. If he can take advantage of this opportunity and show improvement, especially on defense and off-ball movement, he might have a shot at earning minutes. But the reality is that with Kuminga's return and the rise of players like Moody and Podziemski, it's hard to see him playing a significant role for the remainder of the season. In the end, I see this move as a low-risk gamble for the Warriors, but one that likely won't have a real impact on their push up the Western Conference standings. The only way this works out is if Knox surprises everyone and finally becomes the player many expected when he was a lottery pick in the draft. Now, I want to hear from you, Warriors fans. Do you think Kevin Knox can help the Warriors, or is he just a temporary roster filler? Comment below, and let's discuss this decision by the franchise. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to Warriors News Fan Update and turn on notifications to stay updated on all team news.